guys, welcome back to another episode of Dutch Diecast Factor. Why do I get my patch straight? Yeah, the MiG-25 that I have been waiting for a while. I wish they did this one first, but then I think the other ones haven't been sold anymore. It's the 2001 RBF in the camouflage scheme. Now, I cannot wait. The box, as always, of the RBT and RBF are really good. Yeah? So nice box art. And of course a general picture in the back, which is really nice. I don't know who shot the picture, but it's really cool. I'm curious which one will be the next, but we'll see. I personally hope for a while nothing anymore because I'm running out of space. The fuel tank, the weapons kits, they're all on top, and the stand. Now the stand, I'm going to show you guys quickly, but mine is going to go on its wheels because I have a really cool spot in mind in front of all the gray F-15s that I own. Because I really thought this one deserves its own little spot. Let me cut open the box because they're completely foiled shut around and across, and then get back to you. Guys, so the little Moment Supreme that I have been waiting for. Ooh, this is cool. Has the nice foliage over it. But look at that. Oh, yes. Finally, a camouflaged MiG-25. And what a no disappointment here. Let me get all the parts out. So parts are all in there, modular wheels, which are really cool. No door hatches. The pilot figures are again with it. Fully white visor for some reason, but it's okay. And that's about it for parts. Now the plane itself, you have two spots for your fingers. Grab it out gently. Oh, not kick off the light here. Now let's first have a glance at the plane itself. Wow, what a beast. And the color, it's even better. Now, nicely painted on or deckled on. The nose connection seems good on this one. I had my first one, had a bit of a poor connection. The nozzle inlet here is a bit higher, but not too bad. I have to say, the job itself and the paint, really nice. The gray underneath is okay, standard. Watch out with these pylons, by the way, they're glued on the frame. And the tails are plastic, which are also very sensitive, so be careful. The stabilizers on the top, nicely done. The outlets with the massive turbo engines, yeah, nice done. I have to say, again, a nice example of what Hobby Master can make for you guys. Now the stand, I'm going to show you guys quickly, as it's not going to go on the stand for long. On stand, a beast. You can decor out, only the fuel tank will not go under. That's the downside. So I want this one with a fuel tank, as I'm a big fan of this one. But let's further unbox. Let me put the plane aside for now. Then we have a parts kit with open glass and closed hatches. The pilot figures. And of course the slots for the fuel tank to sit through. So these I'm not going to use for now. The fitment of these are always really good, so this will not be a new thing. What I like to do then, the parts that I need I'll cut off. So somebody one day can use them and say like, hey, I still need one in the back. So those are going to go on the side. And then open canopy and pilot figures and all that stuff we're going to grab out. Now I have quite a lot of plastic here in a few seconds, but it's okay. Now the one downside of the pilot figures, they have a full white visor and the size is off. So the one that is inside the plane is a tiny brother of the big guy, is a giant. He doesn't fit in the plane for some reason. The suits are nicely colored though. The blind plug, this one is not going to be needed. This blind plug I'm going to need because I'm going to install the fuel tank in a sec. I'm going to show you guys. We have an old familiar one back, the little air-to-air missiles. And of course a ton of ground bombs, which were with the RBT and RBF now, a lot, which is okay. The wheels, as I mentioned, they're modular, so they are a single module, you don't need to install hatches and all that stuff. It's a fully plastic assembly, it's not invincible, so be very careful with the pack, you can see just plastic, so be gentle. Sorry for my throat. But yeah. This is always what I remember. I have all of them now, and this is all good stuff. As I mentioned, I hope that not a new one will come out. Now the dust cover, of course, so the inlet will not take anything in. The details on this one is again really good. Now, how do I like to work? And I think I've preached about it plenty enough. I like to work upside down on the frame that it came with. So the stand is not needed, by the way, aluminum with plastic, really decent stands. And then I grab the plane on the strong structures and then put it in the backs. And this is how I like to work. Why? Because it's safe and I don't want to ruin my plane. Because it's quite expensive. I think it was 120 euro without discounts. So yeah, think about that before you do something with it. So the blind plug that I'm using is the wrong one. Let me grab the correct one. Now you have choices here. You can go drop bombs. So you have a set of drop bombs that you can install. So you can go full drop. I'm not sure yet. Or you can go massive external fuel tank, which is this bad boy. Now looking at the colors, I'm going to go with drop bombs because I don't like the look of this. So eventually, actually, this part can go. So this one is going to go in the back. Save the parts, by the way, don't throw them out. You might need them if you ever want to change your setup again. Now, the downside is you don't really get a hole to pack these through. So we're going to go blind plug it. So this is a blind plug. And then we have the ones that are going under the wing, I believe. No, so I had the wrong ones. So these are the ones for under the wing, the short ones. And then you have the longer one, the drop bomb, the KAB bomb. KAB500, I think these are. I'm not 100% sure. These are not KABs, by the way. The KAB has no point. So I would like to know which bombs these are, guys, if you know. In the meanwhile, I'm going to read up on it, and hopefully nobody will come before I read it. But we'll see. The missiles and bombs fitment of the MiG-25s are usually very good, but still be careful. So gently wiggle them in slowly. It's nice to see some missiles finally under the newest MiG-25s. Not the huge ones we're used to, but it's also fun to see a smaller one already. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep them a monster prem for something really cool, but we'll see. Now, of course, the landing gear fitment is good. Just be very careful to push your finger inside of the holes, so you know that you will be in there fully seated. And then, of course, the front wheel. Also be careful with the little hatches here. So that's it, fully assembled. We still have an open canopy, which we're going to show you in a sec. But let's flip her around. So it would be nice to have an aftermarket stand for this one, so it could sit freely. Because now in my cabinet it's full, and you will see in a sec because I'm going to bring you guys upstairs to my room. Wow, this is cool. Let's grab her on the front, by the way, it's a bit stronger here. So I'm fully armed, nice. So yeah, the missiles is a nice addition, I have to say. It's nice that there is been attention to it. So the cockpit, by the way, how are details in there? If I can get it out at least. Let me see. Yes, we can. So watch out, these packs are really weak, they're just plexi. Or at least a polycarbonate type. Cockpit details are really good. Let me see if I can get some extra light for you guys. One sec. Think so. I hope we can get this on image. But the details are good. You can trust my word on that one. Now the tiny pilot figure versus this giant brother can go in. And if you want, you could go with an open canopy setup, like this. Now mine is going to get a closed one, because I'm not a big fan how that sits, because I think this is more impressive. But look at that, really cool. Now let me prep her on the rotisserie table with the little pilot. I also will see if I can paint the visor right away, and then show you guys the finish. There you have it, guys. So for the pilot visor, I like to use these things. They're called Gundam markers. It's from a different hobby of mine. They're paint markers. So you can also use a Sharpie, of course, but that's my preference, let's say. But I have to say, a really cool plane. I want to thank you guys again for watching, of course. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It's always very welcome. Especially subscribing helps me a lot. I want to grow this community, not make it smaller. Yeah, and feel free to let me know what you guys think of the camouflage. I think it's really cool. But of course, people always have different opinions. It's quite a clean look, this one. So, thank you guys for watching.